Alright, boys and girls, today's lesson is lesson 4-7, and it is solving two-step problems. And that seems to be one of our weak areas when it comes to math. We've been awesome this year, but when it comes to two-step, multi-step problems, we struggle a bit, and that's okay. That's what we're here to teach you. So we're going to start right with turning to page 143 in your activity book. Alright, so the directions say, sometimes you will need to work through more than one step to solve a problem. The steps can be shown in one or more equations. You know that because I told you that every equation has 7 other equations that would work for it. So, and 8 total. So let's look at number 1. It says, at Parks Elementary School, there are 6 4th grade classes with 17 students in each class. On Friday, 23 4th graders brought lunch from home, and the rest of the students bought lunch in the cafeteria. How many 4th graders bought lunch in the cafeteria? All right. So, what you need to do is there are 2 steps, and we're going to kind of bounce around between 1 and 2 here because we're going to talk about it here, and then get it up top. So we'll go over 2 methods here. We'll go over Tommy's method and Lucy's method. So, but the first thing I want you to think of is what you need to find out first is there are 6 4th grade classes with 17 kids in each class. So the first thing you need to do, like Tommy did down there in the equation below, 6 times 17. You need to find that out. And then it tells you on Friday, 23 of them brought lunch from home, and the rest of the students bought lunch in the cafeteria. So, how many students bought lunch? Well, when you do 6 times 17, let's see, we do it by 6, 2, put the 4 up there, we get 102 4th graders. So there are 102 4th graders altogether. And then we take that number of 102, and then we minus 23 from that to get 79. So your answer is 79 students brought their own lunch. Now let's look at the 2 methods, the 2 ways down low. Because like I said, you're going to think of many different ways to do this. And let's look down low and see the 2 methods, Tommy and Lucy. Tommy did the way I kind of just went over with you. Tommy did the 6 times 17, which equaled 102. And then he took the 102 and subtracted 23 from it to get 79. That's the way I would have done it. But some people might want to do it differently, and where they use an n, they use a variable n to represent the number of students who bought lunch. So students in each 4th grade class would be n. Oh wait, no, you would take 6 times, well, let's see, 17 minus 23 equals n. Okay, so obviously you would have to do those first. So 6 times 17. Remember what that equaled? It equaled 102. And then you would subtract the 23 to give you 79. So n would equal 79 because n is the number of students we're looking for. Okay, so this was Lucy's method. She threw in the algebra. Tommy's method was a little bit different to where he just did it what came to his head first. So if it asks for you to make an algebra or make an equation using a letter as a variable, then do it. But if it doesn't, just find the answer for yourself. So, in between these 2, Tommy's and Lucy's method, well, the thing is, Tommy just solved it, okay? And then Lucy decided to throw that variable in and work it out accordingly. Okay, so number 3, use an equation to solve, discuss the steps you used. All right. So Susan buys 16 packages of hot dogs. I love writing the numbers down as soon as I hear them, and I'll figure them out. 16 packages of hot dogs for a barbecue. Each package contained 12 hot dogs. Hot dog buns are sold in packages of 8. How many packages of hot dogs does Susan need to buy so that she has one for each dog? All right, so the first thing you need to do is you need to take 16 and multiply it by 12. Okay, we get 6 times 2 is 12. 1, 2, 3, 0, 6, 1 gives you 192. So there are 192 hot dogs right now. Okay? We're at 192. And then we need to divide that by 8 to find out how many packages we need to buy to have enough for one hot dog, each hot dog. So 192 divided by 8 is 0, 2, 16, 32, 4. So it equals 24. So we know we need 24 bags or packages of buns. Because there are 20, and in 24, there are 8 in each bag. 8 times 24 will give you 192, and 192 is the total number of hot dogs you found. Alright, so a way you could put that, you could write it like this: 16 times 12. And that is some sloppy writing. Nah, it's not an eraser. What I'm just going to get rid of it. We'll go 16 times 12 divided by 8 equals, we'll say H for hot dog buns. And then we found that H equaled 24 packages. Okay, so you need 24 packages. All right, so let's go to the next page. I want you to work on number 4 on your own, and then I'm going to go over how I would solve it. So pause it and work on it. All right, so as you read it, it says admission to the theme park is $32 for each adult. A group of 5 adults and 1 child pays $182 to enter the theme park. How much is a child's ticket to the theme park? Well, hopefully you all said, okay, I'm going to do 5 times 32. And then the answer I get, we'll say, is n. And then I'm going to go I'm going to go 182 minus n would equal C, meaning the kid's ticket. So let's do that. 5 times 32, 10, 15, 16 is 160. Then I take 182, sorry, I'm going to write this in black, 182 minus 160 to give me a difference of 22. That tells me that the $22 extra would have been how much the kid's cost, or how much the kid's ticket was. So it's $22. And I'm going to explain it to you one more time. $32 for each adult. So we worked that out, 5 times 32. It gave us an answer of 160. But their total came to 182. So they obviously paid for the child to go. So how much was the child's ticket? Well, you take the 160, subtract it from the total, and whatever you have left over is what they paid for the child's ticket. All right, next one. Kenny collects CDs. Kenny collects CDs and DVDs. He has a total of 208 CDs. He also has 8 shelves with 24 DVDs on each shelf. How many more CDs does Kenny have than DVDs? Well, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to find out how many DVDs he has. Okay. So let's find that out. 24 times 8, 32, put 3 up there, 16, 192. So it equals 192. Then you take 192, you subtract, the other way around. You take 208, because that's how many CDs he has, and subtract the amount of DVDs he has, and the answer would be that he has 16 more CDs. He has 16 more CDs than DVDs. So I want you to work on the next 3 on your own. You can go away from the computer and work on these on your own. If not, we'll get to them in our small group, and we'll talk about it more in the small group.